It's loading. All right. I believe YouTube is now live. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. We can finally get the show on the road. Facebook, thank you for your patience. YouTube, hello. This is our second episode of Tuesday Talks with Azren. For those of you who are new to this, hello, Kenneth, in the Facebook chat. If you haven't seen these before, it's pretty straightforward. This is a segment that I've put together primarily, to be honest, initially and primarily for the Facebook language learning nerds community. So this is a Facebook group that myself and one other person on my team that we run for language learners. I really appreciate your attention, and I wanted to put something together that benefits this community. And I thought having a weekly recurring segment like this might be a good idea. So we're going to test it for probably a month, see how popular it is, see how I feel about it, see if people are liking it, see if people are finding, getting value out of it. And yeah. And so yesterday we posted a poll. Asking, I'm going to read it out to you here. What is your greatest struggle in maintaining motivation to learn a language? There were lots of different votes. The number one thing that came up in terms of the biggest struggle for maintaining motivation is the lack of opportunity to practice. So people, apparently, according to the poll here, that was in first place by a good margin, was people who felt that how the heck do I find more opportunities to practice my target language? And I'd like to discuss that today. I'd like to give you a few pieces of advice. Now, tip number one, the biggest thing I'd recommend you do, and this, I met someone who does this, and she's actually the one who gave me the idea, is if you go on Google, and on Google, you search online conversation class Spanish or whatever language and a city. So you need to include the language you're learning. You're going to say online. You're going to pick a city, right? And you're going to start looking through the different search results. For example, let's say you're learning Spanish. You're going to search online Spanish class Denver, online Spanish class, and I would even go free online Spanish class Denver, free online Spanish class Calgary, free online Spanish class, and search city by city. And if you spend an hour doing that, you're going to find organizations that are based in different cities across the world that offer often free online classes. Myself, right, we offer, the Calgary Language Nerds, we offer a lot of free online classes every single week. And we have a good percentage of people that come through us that are from different places. And I'm like, how did you find us? And they're like, oh, I was searching on Google for some free online classes and I came across this one. So I don't live in Calgary, but we're still attending these Calgary Language Nerds events. That is a really good strategy. That's an amazing strategy. So I know a lady, there's one lady in particular who took some paid classes with us. Get this, here's what she did. She, twice a week, she took some half-hour conversation classes that were paid. She paid me. I have some teachers that work for me. The teachers taught those conversation classes and they did that. She then every Saturday attended a free class that we offer, that the Calgary Language Nerds that we offer on Saturdays for Spanish. She then attended there's some other school that offers free classes that's based out of, I think, in Edmonton. They're based out of Edmonton. They offer free classes too. That was once a week. And then she had, let me think here. So it's twice, she had that. I think those are the ones that she did. 4 times a week, she had those Spanish classes. And she had a great opportunity to practice that way. So go on Google, start searching city by city across this planet, right? Pick out different cities and search free blah, blah, blah language class online and add that city. That's a great thing. Another thing you can do as well is if you look on eventbrite.com, Eventbrite, so that's EVENTBRITE, eventbrite.com, and you search in Eventbrite for language classes, Spanish classes, French classes, German, Mandarin, I think Eventbrite, you can also filter by country. I'm pretty sure you can. I haven't. Let me see right now, actually. I want to see how their search function works. Let me see here. I search, let's see, French class in Eventbrite. Does it filter by location? Let me see how the filters work. Price, let's say I want free classes. Here we go. So I just search on eventbrite.com. I'm doing it in the moment with you guys here right now. Tuesday, July 28th at 6:30 p.m. I'm seeing a learning French with Nadia. Don't know how to pronounce her name. She has a free French class on Tuesday, July 28th. Tuesday, July 28th as well, 7:30 in the morning. She has a French club with Gloria. Cool. Wednesday, July 29th, I'm seeing another French club with Gloria, beginner group number 1. Thursday, July 30th, I'm seeing another French club with Gloria. That's because Gloria has clearly got some French stuff going on. Wednesday, July 29th, I see someone else offering French language level 1 classes. There's a lot, and these are all free. They're all free. This is nuts, actually. Maybe I should start checking out stuff for Mandarin, right? If I want to look at, let me see here. What if I search? I think you can search by location. Like, I think if I go to, let me see this here, Eventbrite France. So I went into Google. I've gone to Eventbrite France. So that's eventbrite.fr. Let me search French class in eventbrite.fr. Oh, this is crazy. So check this out. Let me make the price free. So check this. So there are now additional events. There's a lot of them are the same, but there's a couple of new French classes. Let me see here. I think there's one additional class that's popped up when I searched it on eventbrite.fr and not like my city. I bet you if I even changed it, I wonder if I search here. We're gonna try this together. I think this will work. Online French class Eventbrite. I just searched online French class Eventbrite, and on Google, and I'm seeing lots of French classes here that have showed up on Google. One of them is on online one through Toronto, so a different city that I didn't see initially. Let me see here. Yep, so I just found, oh yeah, so you can filter this. Check this out. I think you can filter it as well. As I'm looking at Eventbrite, there's some filters you can play with where you can switch up the locations, which is interesting. So you can do some research on Eventbrite, right? You can follow a similar strategy on meetup.com, especially because now meetup.com has online events. They have these now. Before, Meetup was only in person, but now there's also online events on meetup.com. So that's another place to find people to practice with. Another tip, if you're lacking opportunities to practice, is to use an application called Hello Talk, HELLOTALK. Hello Talk is an application that will connect you to native speakers of the language you're trying to learn, and you can chat. It's an open platform. You can chat, you can discuss, you can send voice messages, you can do voice calls, you can do all sorts of different things. It's a really useful platform. And here's the best part. It's free. It's free. I'm trying to give a lot of free advice. Like, what free platforms can you use? There's a lot of them. A similar one, and a little known fact about this one, I find, another platform which you can use is if you use italki, letter I, TALKI.com. A little known fact about the website is that it actually has a section which is called Language Partners, which is free. And using that section, you could find people for free to practice whatever language you're trying to learn with. It's really good. It's a very good website. Most people know italki for the paid classes, like the private teachers that you can hire for classes. Most people know the website for that, but it also has a free language exchange partner portion to it, which is, I think, a really good thing. So I'd highly recommend you check that out. Okay. Now, let's transition over to maybe some paid resources, some stuff that maybe costs some money, but is still a great way to get some practice. italki again. italki is a fantastic resource to find people to practice with. And you'll have to pay some money for it, but it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. Very, very worth the time. Other things as well, if we go back to Eventbrite also has paid classes and paid things like that too. So you can pay for something on Eventbrite, pay for some French, Spanish, Japanese, Mandarin, whatever classes. That is a fantastic idea. And that'll also work really, really well. So I think, that's a very, very good starting point. If you start to do some of those, you are going to find opportunities to practice your target language in a spoken and a conversational kind of fashion. And I suppose the biggest thing I want to say when it comes to resources, like the number of resources to learn a language is amazing. There's so many of them, right? There's so many fantastic resources. italki, HelloTalk, when you have, there's lots of them, right? Eventbrite, meetup.com, there's lots of them. But the reality is that one of the biggest problems people face, one of the biggest traps people fall into, is that they try to use a specific application or website or platform, and they encounter some problem. It doesn't work in the same way that they thought it would. They had a struggle with the platform. A common one I hear with HelloTalk is, I didn't know what to talk about anymore. I kind of ran out of conversation ideas. And what the biggest thing I want to point out is, no matter what app, no matter what platform, no matter what website, no matter what book, no matter what resource you use, understand it is nothing but a tool. You have to wield that tool. You have to use that tool. And if you're not good at using that tool, you're not going to get the proper results out of it. So let's go back to HelloTalk. HelloTalk's a great example. I've met lots of people who say, oh, I use HelloTalk, but I couldn't really get good conversations going. Yeah, it's not a good application. It's hard to make conversations. No, that's not the application's problem. That means that you probably need to work on your skill of having conversations with people and how to foster conversations with others. That's probably something you need to work on, right? That's something you might be struggling with, because there's plenty of people. Literally just earlier today, I had a class with one of my students, a couple, and they're like, yeah, I was having a great conversation with this lady in Mexico, and I was trying, and we're talking about stuff, and it was really great. We're really getting along. So lots of people find people to practice with and they get along, right? So if you're struggling with an application or program, unless it's some kind of technical issue, like a technological glitch or a bug or something like that, the reality is maybe it's not a problem with the application. Maybe it's something that you have to learn how to solve and figure out how to make this application or program or website suit your needs, and what you have to change about yourself to make that app or program or whatnot work for you. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's something I definitely recommend you think about. I think a lot of people hit these snags with programs they're using, and they don't realize it's not necessarily a problem with the program, and it's something that they need to make some changes in terms of how they use the application in order to get the most out of it. So, all right, so let's answer some questions from the chat. Let me go over to YouTube. I haven't looked at YouTube in a moment. So on YouTube, hello Lolly from France. Nice to see you. Cole T, Mandarin progress video would be cool. So Cole would like a Mandarin progress video, and he's also asking, how many hours do you study Mandarin a week right now? That's a good question. Let me think about that. How many hours do I study Mandarin a week? I'm going to answer that question in the following way. There's a lot of let's talk about casual practice, and then we'll talk about active practice. So casual practice, meaning, if you don't know what I mean by that, casual practice means where I am practicing the language, but not in a way where I am really seeing big steps forward that are really moving me forward in the language. For example, listening to music is casual practice. I'm listening, I'm trying to catch a couple of words here, I'm enjoying the songs, but I'm not really sitting down and studying the songs. I'm just passively listening. Or another example would be if you like, I don't know, what's an example? Sometimes I watch videos on YouTube from YouTubers and such that I like, but I'm not like, if I don't understand something, I don't pause and look it up. I'll be like, oh, I clearly misunderstood something. I don't know what they're all laughing about. And I move on. That's casual. So casual meaning I'm not really putting a crazy amount of attention into really trying to learn something. I'm just kind of watching something passively, listening passively, things like that. So passive practice. I listen to a lot of music, probably, I don't know, an hour a day, easily an hour a day. I also, what else do I do for passive practice? Every Saturday for an hour and a half, I run a beginner Mandarin class, and then 45 minutes as a beginner class, and it's free. And then 45 minutes we do like a conversation portion. So that's not really active practice. This is quite casual. I do learn a couple words here and there and stuff, but it's pretty easy. It doesn't tax my brain. On Friday evenings, I have an English Mandarin exchange that I run online. So half of it's in English, half is in Mandarin. So that's pretty casual too. I do get to practice speaking and listening, and I do learn stuff, but it's not super intensive per se. It's not really pushing my level forward. So what is that? So it's like 45 minutes there, plus another hour and a half. So that's 2 hours and 15 minutes. I listen to an hour of music a day. So that's 7 hours and 15 minutes. I currently teach I just started teaching one boy English, and I teach him in Mandarin. His English is really beginner. It's very, very beginner. And but Mandarin is his first language. So I teach him English through Mandarin. So that's an hour a week. It's now 8. That's pretty active. Actually, that's an active hour. So you have to really prep for the class and be prepared. So that's another hour. So now 8 hours and 15 minutes. What else do I do? I have 2 hours of Mandarin class per week as well that I'm doing right now. So that's 9 out. What is that? 10 hours and 15 minutes. Anything else? I can't. Yeah, probably 10. It looks like 10 to 15 hours. If I'm just kind of like thinking about it off the fly, 10 to 15 hours of study every single week. Most of it being passive. I'm not doing a lot of active practice per se. Not a lot right now. Starting September, I'll have a class that's 3 times a week for Mandarin, and I'll probably have like an hour to 2 of homework. That's pretty active homework. That's really pushing my level forward. Yeah, so 10, 15 hours a week right now, something like that. And then Mandarin progress. So yeah, how can I do a Mandarin progress video? I like how many people are watching this YouTube live. Hello, I love it. So I always struggle with making progress videos. It's always a difficult thing for me to do because I never really know like I can't just start talking because that's not an accurate representation of someone's level if someone is talking. Yeah, like I don't know. It's difficult to figure out how, I mean, yeah, maybe I will do that, but I don't know how to go about doing a progress video. I'll have to think on that. Perhaps like I did do there's a whole 1 hour progress update where like I went through topic by topic and I like went through basic phrases and I could say them. I went through pronunciation. I went through a lot of different elements of Mandarin. So you could really see where I start to struggle. Maybe that's going to do something like that one more time. So, all right. Anything else I want to say today? I don't think so. Let me look at my phone and see if I had any notes that I wanted to discuss. No, nothing specifically. And there's one more topic here I could talk about, but maybe another time we'll talk about that. So Facebook, thank you for watching this. I appreciate it. Let's end this video here. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me end the video. YouTube, thank you for watching as well. Let me end the video here and we'll chat later. Bye for now.